You mother, get the out of here. Get the
All right, have you guys seen this altercation caught on video where a Trump supporter tells an American citizen to go back to China, go back to your country, and then after the Trump supporter gets put in his place, he drives off, and you can see written on his van, Trump 2024 MAGA vote. It's not even written. It's like scribbled on his van as if a 3-year-old wrote it, but I guess that tracks with the MAGA movement. But in all seriousness, I would like to break down the implications of Trump's second term and how he emboldens people exactly like this to act on their most vile, racist, and disgusting instincts when, for a while, it seems like these people weren't as emboldened. Maybe in 2014, 2015, they still held these beliefs, but now people are openly recreating Elon Musk's Nazi salute and saying they're just trolling the libs. No, you're doing the Hitler Nazi salute. They openly say vile things about go back to your country, do this or do that. And I know that this all existed in 2014, 2015, but I do get the feeling that Trump's presidencies or Trump's victories in the election have just emboldened people like this to come out of the woodwork and say this stuff out loud. So let's break this down. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Mockler channel. Before we watch this, you guys have to watch this video of UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell praising Hitler. Now, I want to send out a trigger warning, trigger alert, one of those two things. He says some vile stuff in this clip, and I really want to break it down and debunk everything he says. Then we'll swap over to the video of this Trump supporter. But let's watch this first clip of UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell on the first episode of his podcast. I've got a feeling he's not going to get a second episode.
Hitler, hell and the Nazis. I really don't think that he was, because I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think before Hitler got on meth, he was a guy to go fishing with. He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out that were destroying his country and turning them all into gays. They were gaying out the kids. They were queering out the women. They were queering out the dudes. They were, you know what her first tranny surgery ever was? Happened to be in Germany before Hitler took over. You know the books that everybody makes fun of Hitler burning? You know what the books was? Queer books. Hitler burned queer books because Hitler didn't want a bunch of queers destroying his nation. They can't produce children.
But what about...
All right, surprise, surprise, man who repeatedly gets hit in the head over and over for a career likes Hitler and hates public education. But all jokes aside, that was absolutely vile. It's more vile than the video I'm about to play because this dude is regurgitating Nazi propaganda almost 100 years after Hitler wrote Mein Kampf. So let's just run down and break down everything he said. So number one, Hitler was responsible for one of the deadliest genocides in history, and he led to the deaths of 70 million people worldwide, and a lot of them were just people who, against their will, were taken to concentration camps. The 70 million number includes all of the people who died fighting in the war. Also, Hitler's use of meth was not the cause of his radical ideology. This dude says Hitler was probably cool before he started meth. No. Hitler, in 1925, wrote Mein Kampf. That was long before World War II, long before his drug use, and he laid out his genocidal plans in Mein Kampf exactly 100 years ago. So we can debunk that. He was always an authoritarian, reactionary, racist, and also Bryce Mitchell then goes into just straight Nazi propaganda. Jews were not greedy. Jews have never been greedy or destroyed countries. Germany's Jewish population was deeply integrated into the society. They were contributing significantly to science, to medicine, literature, all of the industries within Germany before the Nazis began spreading a bunch of propaganda and fabricating conspiracy theories that said Jews were to blame for Germany's economic problems. You know, it kind of reminds me of Trump's rhetoric. Sometimes I think that comparison is too heavy-handed because Trump doesn't want to genocide a bunch of Jewish people, but Trump absolutely uses minorities as a scapegoat in a similar way. So Hitler also didn't just kick out Jewish people. He murdered millions of them. Also, the idea that Jewish people were turning people gay, there's zero evidence for that. Again, it's just Nazi propaganda. LGBTQ plus people have existed in many cultures all throughout history, long before Hitler, long before modern Jewish communities, or long before Germany was even a country. Also, and it's disgusting that I even have to debunk this stuff, but when Nazis were burning books, they were burning a wide array of books, some of which just happened to be LGBTQ plus studies and medical records and stuff that was important at the time and is still important today. So this guy, just to summarize it all, gets repeatedly kicked in the head for his career, and then he acts like he has any sort of authority to talk about education. All right, let's move on to this other video, which isn't, it's not even that much better. It's still disgusting. Let's watch.
You fucking racist piece of shit.
You're racist, dog.
I'm racist? You're telling me to go back to China, motherfucker? I'm an American citizen. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Not American.
Who are you?
Fuck you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Not American.
Get the fuck out of here, you racist piece of shit. No, this motherfucker told me to go back to China. Fuck you, piece of shit.
You did. Really up.
Gotta get knocked the fuck out. What?
Sir, I have to drive off, man. Security's over here. We're wasting your time, man. Come on.
Fuck you, you racist piece of shit.
Now, all three. Hurry up, man. Come on. We're wasting one second.
What a piece of fucking shit.
I'm sorry, sir.
Honestly, though, it was really satisfying to hear that dude go off on the Trump supporter. I think the icing on the cake is when he drives off and it looks like a little child, scribbled MAGA and Trump 2024 on the side of his van. But you know that this guy is the one who wrote that, because just look at the way that he responds. It is so incredibly racist. So this guy says, I don't really see his face right here, but he says, you know, I am an American citizen. I was born in America. And this guy says, you're not an American citizen. He like mumbles it under his breath. Let me play it one more time.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He says, you're not American simply because the guy isn't Caucasian. Okay, just to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of this video, when you have Donald Trump saying wild stuff on the national stage about DEI, about all of this, and then you have Elon Musk actually doing the Hitler salute on stage, not once, but twice in a row, then you get people emboldened, people thinking that they can say whatever the hell they want with no repercussions, because look, the richest, most famous people in the world, the president of the United States and his advisors like Elon Musk, like Stephen Miller, they're doing all of this stuff. So Trump creates this permission structure for people to act out on their worst instincts. And we need to draw a distinction here. A lot of people need to hear this. 75 or so million people voted for Trump. Not every single one of those people believes this. And a lot of you guys need to hear this, because some people in my comments scare me when they try to write off every single Trump voter. Yes, you likely have bad judgment if you voted for Trump, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you are sympathetic to some of the worst impulses of Elon Musk. And this isn't me sane-washing. I'm just saying, if you ever want to win an election or be effective in the future, you have to understand that many people in the Republican Party are not okay with this type of rhetoric and would not be okay with this type of rhetoric. But that being said, what Trump does is he brings the worst people out of the woodworks, out of the corners of our country, and makes them feel emboldened to say the most racist, vile, disgusting stuff possible, because look how he talks. Look how he's talked about women in the past, whether it's the Access Hollywood tapes. Look at how he's talked about Obama not really being born in America. And those are just examples from a while ago. We can look at today. He takes a stage in the White House press room and he's talking about the disaster, and he says it's because of DEI, or it could be because of diversity of some sort. So when a Trump supporter like this sees diversity, he has this instinctual hatred that pops up without even probably fully understanding what he's feeling. But I'm going to leave it at that. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.